Peace, what up? This is Doc Blake with Ethereal TV, bringing you the 118th episode of The Last Piece to the Puzzle. The motto for me is silver, gold, and cryptos equals freedom, financial freedom, because they are decentralized assets, as in not controlled by a corporation or any government, and they're going to play an important part in the immediate, the short term, and the long-term futures. And let's take a look at the cover art. We have Dying Dollar, and we have this interesting chart that I pulled up from Cointelegraph, and we're going to get into that. Man, this should really blow people's minds, but I feel like, you know, the brainwashing of people is at an all-time high, so they'll see these things and not calculate just how severe it is. But we're going to get into that. We also have Jerome Powell with the money printer cranking out them dollars like they're going out of style. And yeah, so that's our art today. And let's do some house clearing. Go check out the Ethereum website. Use the link below if you're interested in getting any t-shirt work done. Like I said, we have a real American-made solid steel ink print press. Maybe I'll pull up pictures of that on here one day. It's a beautiful machine. We use it to silk screen. That's what it's used for, designed for. So if you're into real ink printing on t-shirts, hoodies, definitely contact us. We would love to do the work for you. And also we do graphics designs if you need that done as well. So let us know. Get into the price action. Currently we have Bitcoin. Let's give it a live refresh. It might have changed. Nope, not much. Currently we have Bitcoin at $30,166. Ethereum is at $1,798. Binance is at $290. Cardano is at 64 cents. XRP is at 39 cents. Polkadot is at $9.19. Let me see. Polygon is at 62 cents. Chainlink has been going crazy, up 32% in the last week at $9.22. And like I've told people before, Chainlink is always going to do very well, in my opinion. It plays a pivotal role in Ethereum, as well as a lot of other blockchains are starting to incorporate this, and companies as well. I heard something about the NBA using Chainlink for whatever they have going on. So definitely do your research on Chainlink. We've done very well on Chainlink. I'm still buying Chainlink till this day. I love Chainlink. So let's go to Theta Network. Has been doing really well as well, up 16.5% in the last 7 days at $1.41. T-Fuel is at still 6 cents. And let's do my pick of 2022 is Helium Network, up 30% in the last 7 days at $11.45. So there's your crypto prices. Let's pull up gold and silver. You need to have, not financial advice, but you need to have gold and silver in your portfolio. I don't think they can smash them down too much more. Well, they can do whatever they want. It's a program. You know, listen to a guy named Big Swear. His channel is called Road to Ruta. He explains the derivative program, how all prices are manipulated, especially gold and silver. So gold is at $1,859 and silver is at $22.21. So there's your precious metals. And of course, we're going to go into a little bit of charting. And currently on the Binance chart, Bitcoin versus USDT, which is Tether, is at $30,227. And we have a couple formations drawn. This purple line was the previous formation that we had of this symmetrical triangle that we broke out of and currently retested. And we came back down and we're sitting at this support line, actually. So I'll draw that in right now. It'll help me too. Let's draw this in. I would say this is a good line. You can say the support is sitting right here for this move. If you want to put it up a little bit, that's fine as well. But I would give it kind of like down where I had it. But let's just call it right here. So you're looking at, you know, 29,600 to hold for this move. Now, I wanted to make y'all aware the CPI, Consumer Price Index, basically the inflation report, comes out tomorrow, which I'm expecting it to be higher than they expected it to be, or it's going to kind of shock people how much inflation is, because they've been coming out and saying inflation is not going to stop. You have Janet Yellen coming out and saying that inflation is going to persist, but it won't persist for the next decade. That makes no sense. Don't even get me started on these corrupt criminals, but that's what she said. So will Bitcoin continue lower from this point? It's very, very possible. So if your dollar cost averaging, it doesn't matter. But if you're trying to trade these bottoms and tops, I don't know if we quite bottomed yet. I think it's very possible that 26,000, but we're at 30,000 right now. So that's another 3,500 that we can still move down, not break the bottom, and not put on any gains either. So and then I have this new formation. I would call this a ascending triangle, I believe. These green lines, that's the current formation that we're in, and it looks like, honestly, a big bear flag that is forming. If you look at this is on the daily. This looks like a very big bear flag, so be careful. But I would almost assume right now, in my opinion, I think we're going to break to the upside out of this, because everybody's expecting downward action, and that's just how Bitcoin does. Bitcoin fools most people most of the time with its moves. So I would definitely prepare for a retest of the $32,000, $33,000 price range sometime soon. I just think we have to get through this inflation report first, which could cause a nice fake out of this formation and bring us back down to, I would at least say 29,600, but even further than that, we might fall pending this inflation report. So be prepared for that. And main topic of today, Cointelegraph called out the Fed. I don't know if you heard all the talk in the crypto space about the Federal Reserve pricing eggs in Bitcoin. It's very interesting. You have to pull it up on their website. It's actually on their website. Is it on here? Yeah, here it is. They have a link right to it. Here we go. And this is the Federal buying eggs with Bitcoin. This is coming from the Federal Reserve. I forget which one, but one of the Federal Reserve websites had put this out and saying a look at currency related price volatility. Basically, this whole thing is saying you can't use Bitcoin to price something like eggs or commodities because it's too volatile. But they forgot, everybody in the crypto community pointed out, this only starts from what, January 2021. Like, that's a year to 2 years worth of data. If you look at Bitcoin's long-term data and pricing eggs, you're talking about, remarkable gains in the last, just say, 6 years of buying Bitcoin, using Bitcoin to buy eggs, and how many eggs you would get per one Bitcoin has skyrocketed in the last 5 to 6 years. So everybody called them out, and that's kind of what Cointelegraph is doing as well. Cointelegraph, I'm very proud of Cointelegraph on this one. Cointelegraph says, Fed forgets long-term dollar devaluation when pricing eggs in Bitcoin. The U.S. Federal Reserve has released a blog post showing the instability of Bitcoin against the U.S. dollar when buying eggs. However, the crypto community was quick to point out the reality of the situation. The St. Louis Fed, that's the Federal Reserve who did it, the St. Louis Federal Reserve stirred up a mix of amusement and curiosity from the crypto community on Tuesday, May 7th, after publishing a post showing how the cost of eggs in Bitcoin has fluctuated over the last 14 months compared to the U.S. dollar. What clowns. Like, it is a joke. They're joking. The Federal Reserve knows what's going on. They're creating the situation. On Monday, the Fed research arm posted a blog post titled Buying Eggs with Bitcoin, a look at currency related price volatility. Very interesting for them to do this on Twitter. So let's keep going. The post initially features a graph showing the historical price of eggs in the U.S. dollar for every month since January 2021, noting that the price fluctuated between $1.47 and $2.52 over the 14-month period. It then follows up with a graph showing how Bitcoin has behaved in the same time period, nothing that the price fluctuated much more than it did for the U.S. dollar price. Of course, like, how idiotic is this? It's like they are not that stupid. They can't be, but they assume that you are and I am. But we're Bitcoiners, so we're not. So obviously they expect the general population to just eat this up. The report did not stipulate whether the price of eggs had increased or the dollar had devalued or both as causes for the trend. What would the graph look like if we purchased that same carton of eggs with Bitcoin instead of US dollars? And they're just showing you, the volatility of it. It also drew attention to Bitcoin's transaction fees, which it says it can fall between $2 and $50. Plus, you need to add a Bitcoin transaction fee, which has been about $2 lately, but which can spike above $50 on occasion. Hopefully, if you were making this purchase with Bitcoin, you'd put many, many more eggs in your basket, it wrote. Oh my gosh. Crypto Twitter reacts. The blog post ultimately drew eerie from the crypto community on Twitter, with many arguing that the Fed was cherry-picking the time period to push the narrative of Bitcoin's instability rather than zooming out, which would instead show the massive devaluation of the US dollar. Nick Newman on Twitter, the Fed wrote a post showing the price of eggs in USD and Bitcoin, comparing them over the last year, showing Bitcoin as more volatile and unpredictable. Only problem was they forgot to zoom out, as in look at the long period, right? You got to zoom out. The Fed knows this. They're pulling people's legs. A Twitter user going by the name of Maple Hodl pointed out the obvious by stating that the USD is continuously depreciating over time and Bitcoin is volatile short term, though appreciating, so stack yokes accordingly, as in stack Satoshis, people. Other Twitter users said that for the Fed to even recognize Bitcoin as a unit of account as being a net positive sign for the king crypto. Even the Fed is starting to price consumer goods in BTC. Bullish. So it's very bullish in my opinion, because the Fed knows what's going on. They're creating the situation. The Fed controls the world as far as the world financially, but we're spiritual beings, so don't worry about that. Control is only within. You cannot control that. That is without your realm of existence, right? Your that's outside of your reality. And it looks like Bitcoin's dropping right now. It's at 29,950. Just to let y'all know, a quick update. So go check this out. And this is the main part that I wanted to get to. $1 worth. So here we have $1 worth purchasing power of the US dollar. This chart shows you in comparison to certain products what the $1 had got you back then, and you could do the math kind of what it gets you now today. So let's start with the first one. It says what $1 buys: 30 Hershey chocolate bars in 1913, 10 rolls of toilet paper in 1929, 10 bottles of beer in 1933, 20 bottles of Coca-Cola in 1944, 10 bags of pretzels in 1953, 17 oranges in 1971, 2 boxes of crayons in 1987, 4 grapefruits in 1997, 2 lemons in 2008, 1 McDonald's coffee in 2020. And what does $1 get you today, ladies and gentlemen? You tell me. Brilliant chart. I got to give a round of applause. Bravo to Cointelegraph for pointing it out in this way so the average financial person can see these things and try to understand and wrap their head around exactly what's going on. So brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Just look what $1 got you at those time periods compared to what it gets you now. Does $1 get you a McDonald's coffee today? Got you in a certain time frame, but go check this out on the Cointelegraph website. Go to the Federal Reserve. Ask yourself, why is the Fed pricing things in Bitcoin on their website? Such things as like commodities such as eggs. What will it be next? Milk, gas, who knows? So really interesting situation right here. So yeah, but that's all I have for today. I really found this stuff very, very interesting. This is your boy Doc Blake with Ethereal TV. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.